Stormwood and Associates is a production of the Nerd and Tie Podcast Network. For more podcasts from actual play to true crime to witchcraft, go to nerdandtie.com or join our community on Discord by finding an invite at nerdandtie.com/discord. In pursuit of a stolen magical object, Stormwood and Associates Field Team 623 stepped into a tear between realities and vanished. They found themselves trapped in another plane, facing a reality that was not their own, and driven to avoid dark forces they don't understand. And so, Team 623 finds themselves leaping from world to world, striving to put right what they find wrong, and hoping each time that their next jump will be the jump home. Stormwood and Associates stars Celeste Star Twin as Dee, Gen Proc as Obi, Trey Dorn as Amy, and Becca Johnson as Liz Stormwood. Previously on Stormwood and Associates. So we could get into the whole thing about how they ended up on this post-apocalyptic world in a wasteland and met up with a future version of NK and her now wife Michelle. You know, NK character from the first campaign and Michelle an NPC from that. Anyways, we could talk about that, but really what happened is they got to the summer court. It turns out that the oasis that NK was leading a bunch of refugees to was the actual summer court run by Mindy. And after a happy reunion with Liz, it turns out that in the refugees that NK was leading across the desert, Jethro was secretly there. And besides the fact that Jethro could literally have made it rain at any time, which is kind of a dick move not to have done that, Jethro is demanding that Mindy fulfill a contract that had been made by their mothers where they're supposed to get married, which is kind of fucked up. Oh, I swore way too early in the episode. Anyways, they needed to have the contract arbitrated because obviously Mindy does not want to marry Jethro, even though Jethro's insisting it. Mindy doesn't think the contract's binding. Jethro does, so they need an arbitrator, but that requires having a Fae from a third court because Jethro is the Prince Regent of the Spring Court. Mindy's the Queen of the Summer Court. They need a third court to do the arbitration, which means they need someone from the Winter Court. And, well, turns out they have one because it turns out that Dee is a distant descendant of Fiona, even though she was completely unaware of this. So that's news, and Dee has been assigned to interpret the contract and mediate it. And, Dee is Dee. So right now, Obi is looking over the contract and trying to figure out what exactly they need to do. So what you're seeing here, and this is the question that you're going to have to answer, is Mindy bound to a contract that she never was a party to? And is Jethro able to enforce a contract that he was never a signatory of? Like, and this is something, and this I know you're totally investigate, but this is something Mindy mentioned that when, and it's something you might want to find out more about, is that Mindy mentioned something, you remember this, that Mindy mentioned something about how when she formed her court, technically the old court and its agreements were dissolved.
Yeah.
So,
and this is definitely of the old court because
this is definitely
don't know it's of the moms being alive,
right? You don't know the details about Jethro's side because he's a Prince Regent, and I'm assuming Obi's been paying attention to the fact that all of these courts are ruled by queens and not kings.
Oh yeah, that's easily apparent.
Yeah, that's really apparent. So you don't know if technically Jethro's authority comes from his late mother's court or not, or whether he's formed his own. But he, but Mindy has clearly formed her own court as a new generation of queen. So, you have to figure. So the challenge here, and this is not necessarily you'll find answered in the text of the contract, is what you've figured out is you have to figure out is that whether or not this is binding to Mindy.
Specifically. Okay, yeah.
because if if at the death of her mother and the dissolving of the previous court like that happening does not like that technically makes Mindy's court, even though she rules over the same domain, her court like having a different authority. Yeah. So that's the challenge. Like that's what you've been able to figure out here reading this contract. Yeah.
Okay. So D.
Yeah.
Basically, this whole thing doesn't even mention Mindy or the Jethro by name. Like, their signatures aren't on this thing. And most of this is just like what is needed of the parents.
Wait, is that an angle we could go with? Like, the parents
it's a big old
literally
list.
cannot fulfill any of these contracts.
No.
Because they're super dead. I probably shouldn't say that they're super dead.
No, they're super dead. Amy just says, she's like reading what is clearly a mass market romance novel, like on the couch.
Oh, a Harlequin romance? Yeah.
Except it
but like I probably shouldn't say it at the next meeting. So I don't know if that'd go over well.
I mean, if it depends on how you say it. Also, you guys should check out some of these books. This is literally a Fae romance novel.
I don't think I want to, thanks.
You definitely should, Nobi. But D, you should.
Not my thing.
D, you should. It's good.
I want to, but also I want to make sure that I don't fuck this up, because like if I screw this up and like Liz gets blue balls for the rest of this trip, it's gonna be my fault, and I'm gonna feel bad.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, Jim. I'm pretty sure Liz is not going to be the rest of this. Yeah, I'm not gonna. They're flirting over math right now. Okay, I think they're fine.
Fucking dorks. Math. Who does math?
Liz does a lot of math.
Stay in school, Obi.
I did.
Finished school, D.
I know, but like just theoretically.
Obi has had more school than you have, D.
Do what I say, not what
diploma.
I do.
You're the only person without a college degree on our team, D.
Yeah, this is my work study before college.
Yeah, but I'm a good role model sometimes.
I might go to grad school when we get home. I don't know what I'm doing.
I like roles anyway. Roles are let's focus. Okay. Let's focus up.
So basically, we got to figure out if like this actually applies to Mindy.
Right. Because there's got to be a way through this. There has to be a way where this doesn't apply to her. It doesn't even make sense. She's not named. She's not. She wasn't there, and there's a whole bunch of crap that the parents literally cannot do.
Well,
because they're dead.
And Amy just still came back, and we have to figure out why Jethro's trying to enforce this now.
Yeah, why is he suddenly all high and mighty about this bullshit?
Dude's had literally like thousands of years to try to make this happen. Why now?
Okay, we've got.
I don't really want to, but should we go talk to him?
I mean, probably.
Let's go talk to the ass butt.
Okay. You guys are gonna go find Jethro?
We're gonna go find Jethro and give him what for.
All right.
By that I mean we're gonna talk to him and hopefully get a good answer about what's going on here.
All right. So check in. Becca, how's Liz doing?
Liz is doing great. I think they probably moved on to other activities
Yeah,
eventually.
okay, just checking. Yeah. Liz is having the best time out of anybody here. All right. All right. Just a cut to a steamed up window on Mindy's cabin, and then back to OB and D approaching and Amy approaching. So Jethro is you go to ask where Jethro's staying because and you are directed towards what is best described as a shack. It's like an assemblage of wood and sheet metal that looks like it's half falling over that sort of has a door. But outside of it is a picnic table, and Jethro is sitting on it smoking. You are unsure of where he got the cigarettes.
Jethro!
What's up?
Jeth. Some person. Hi.
Yeah, so yeah, you're a part of the Winter Court. That is wild.
The arbitrator of the Winter Court, no less. They're the arbiter. Am I the arbiter?
You're the arbitrator.
I'm the arbitrator. I'm not the arbiter.
I don't know what the word is.
No, you're not the arbiter.
You're the arbitrator. Yeah.
I'm the arbitrator. I am the arbitrator.
Yeah, no, that's wild. Want a cigarette?
No.
He's not
He doesn't.
offered.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Not at this time. Because we have some important questions in regards to the contract that you brought to our attention.
Okay.
Don't we, team?
What's
These
the
are
deal
my
with this?
attendants.
Two people talked at once, man. I didn't hear either of those things.
What's the deal with the spring court?
It's
What do you
the
say?
spring court. There are 4 courts: spring, autumn, and winter and summer. And I'm
Okay.
Prince Regent of the Spring Court, as the only remaining member of the royal family of the Spring Court.
Perhaps there's a more pressing question. This contract is very old, like old. Why are you bringing it to the court's attention now?
'Cause I need to, my line needs to continue, and it's really important that it... So you're a member of the Winter Court, right?
I am,
Sup?
apparently.
I mean, I can tell you that, I didn't know that there were any... He just kind of gets up off kind of starts to approach you a little bit. I was unaware that there were any single people left on the Winter Court.
Yeah, I mean, if your goal is to create an heir, you are barking up the wrong tree there, buddy.
I mean, yeah, but that's not really we're Fae. I can change parts about myself.
I don't love that. I mean, I should love that, but I don't like the way that this feels very... There's an implied violence here that I don't like.
What? No, it's not. I was talking about changing my internal organs, not anything else.
Yeah, no,
There's no
boy.
violence there. I'm not attempting to do anything without consent.
Perhaps. But then why are you so motivated to get the hand of someone who has repeatedly rejected you?
It's about continuing the bloodline under the laws of who can inherit my court.
Which is any children you have. It doesn't have to be with other royal blood.
But
Why are you so hung up on having a royal mate?
Because for the integrity of the, I have rules.
Oh, the integrity of the bloodline?
Yes.
You guys are gonna like run out
You're
of
one
like.
of those guys.
I'm not.
You're gonna run
it's
out of cousins
the
to
laws
bonk
of
if you
my
keep
court.
this up.
Every court has its own laws, right? Every court has its own laws and rules. These are the laws and rules of the Spring Court. I am bound
Apparently
unto them.
nobody else knows.
Okay,
What?
but I thought that I was of the impression anyway that after the deaths of the previous rulers of the court, that it no longer mattered. Your rules
That
don't
is
no
one
longer apply.
interpretation. That is one interpretation of the laws. There are other interpretations of the laws that the daughter inherits the agreements of the previous generation. And I am still under the authority of my mother's court because I cannot form my own court as a male heir. I operate under the authority of my late mother. It is still her court until a new queen is coronated, either by marriage or by bloodline. So I need someone of royal blood to marry me so that she can become queen of the Spring Court and form a new court and take the authority.
Are you trying to get out of authority?
I can't pass on authority. I can only... Whoever I have kids with has to become the queen. The legal requirements of the Spring Court require whoever to become queen have royal blood.
But now, when you say have royal blood, what if like we got you like on a dating scene and we gave them like a vial of royal blood that belongs to them?
Mindy has no
So
heirs.
like
There are no heirs. The only other person with heirs is your
what if it was just
ancestor,
some
Fiona,
random
and
person,
you're the
and
eighth
they had some
discovered.
blood?
The 7 other ones are married. Well, I mean, Corenel's also in there too. So I mean, obviously, I can't marry Corenel because also he's married. He's a dude and married to Fiona. That's the entire reason why he's in line to begin with. You know, I'm saying you could get Mindy out of this situation by stepping up yourself. He just looks at you. I can be a lot of fun.
I do not believe
there's a
that.
version of
Everyone
you-
says you're a douche.
I make storms. There's a version of you walking around the multiverse right now who love to make it rain.
Yeah, wasn't she like evil and stuff? Like we literally dealt with that. Didn't love it. Like 0 out of 10. Had to like really reconsider my entire like worldview afterward.
But don't you like being
And then I
evil?
got really
Doesn't
high.
a part of you want that? To destroy your enemies? To bring that rage and turmoil on the 1%?
I mean, yeah, but also my friends like told me that it's kind
Imagine
of
what
frowned
you could
upon to be
do.
as violent as I wanna be.
Imagine what you could do if you married me and became awakened. You could
Yeah, but then I couldn't like
destroy the 1%.
travel with my friends
You could
and
be in
I
any
can't
reality they arrive
awaken.
in.
because I like my friends too much. I like hanging out
You
with them.
could be in any reality they arrive in, and you could destroy the 1% in every reality.
And you are
You could
really
bring-
big on destroy.
You could bring economic balance to the multiverse, not just one world or one country, but all of realities. Every single one of them. You could have that power. do you just want to say your values and speak to them, or do you want to actually put them into practice?
Obi wants to go talk to Mindy.
Oh no.
Oh no, Obi has questions that it would be easier to get out of Mindy when she's not busy.
Yeah. I don't think Obi's going to want to approach that cottage right now.
Oh no, no. But
There is
when
light coming out of the windows.
when she eventually comes out,
Okay.
sometime in a couple days.
Well, everyone's going to be out within a couple of days. There's only 2 days for Dee to study this.
Yep.
Very well, person. We'll leave you for now.
I mean, think about my offer.
Leaving you for now.
Think about what you could do.
Oh, I'm thinking about what I could do, and I'm not allowed to do it. Nah. Obi sticks his tongue out at him.
He just looks at you, Obi. Little bolt of lightning hits about 5 feet away from you.
Hey! There's a lot of things I will put up with.
He stuck his tongue out at me. I did the same. He just winks.
Oh, any chance that your idea was even gonna come close to seeming like a good idea just went up in smoke, dickhead. No one fucks around with my little guy. You'll hear from us again.
I hope you have a good dry cleaner. Obi walks away.
He just looks really confused at that line.
Oh yeah. He's gonna be confused.
We should move real quick.
Until he checks his pockets.
Oh god, that's right.
Wait,
are you the one who got Gushers in my cigarettes?
Obi's gonna he's gonna gun trick, because as he's walking away, he's gonna shoot a Gusher in front of him. It's gonna bounce off a bunch of stuff and hit Jethro right in the forehead.
Okay. I'll allow it. Okay. So some time passes. Eventually, Mindy and Liz come up for air. Okay. Okay, so, Liz, it's getting late. We probably need to make food for the newcomers, because I'm betting they're not settled in yet. I need to organize the kitchens and get things moving there. And yeah.
Do you need me to help with that?
You can, if you want
help.
to. If you want to.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
She, starts getting dressed. And also stops appearing as a roiling mass of flames. Puts on her, physical form and her physical disguise and her clothes. All right. Whew. Okay. All right. So yeah, she starts heading towards the Great Hall, which has now been set up full of tables. There's a bunch of other Fae, and she just goes into the kitchen and starts effectively, there's this whole cafeteria kitchen as a part of this building, and they are chopping up vegetables and getting food together. And most of the food we have here is very vegetarian based, not because we're anti-meat, but just there's a limitation on the amount of meat we have. So we only really serve meat for special occasions. So I mean, we have plenty of egg producing chickens also though. So like there are ways to get pretty, but mostly we're pretty vegetarian here, just based off of the requirements of what we can grow and produce.
Sure.
And it's just like, and Mindy is literally just like peeling potatoes. Like the queen of the summer court is with a manual potato peeler and just like peeling potatoes.
I start chopping up some carrots.
Yeah, it's very much a like they are making a big vegetable stew and vegetable potato stew and stuffing that up because they are feeding a lot of folks. And after like an hour or two, they start like getting ready to serve it to people. And yeah, D and Obi. So right now, it's right now. So Mindy is out there, like she's got her pans in, and she is making food. And D is helping. Not D. Liz is helping out. Too many character names. What are Obi and D doing when it comes to dinner time? Because you guys get an invitation to the evening meal.
Well, Obi definitely wants to go because he has questions for Mindy.
Yeah. So sorry.
And D is gonna follow because at this point, as much as D doesn't want to admit it, Obi is clearly better equipped for this situation so far.
Okay.
So Obi's gonna head over to the kitchen. He's not gonna go inside and help because he thinks he'd be in the way. But he will, like, if there's like a serving window type of thing.
Yeah. So what it is that it's effectively the Great Hall where you had like that big meeting. There is like an open like serving window section there that was closed while you guys are in there, and it's open now, and there's kind of like a line where people are getting, and there's like cafeteria tables, like full cafeteria tables are filling up the space now. And a bunch of people are in there, and right now Mindy is effectively serving stew.
Okay.
Hairnet on and everything.
He will he'll be up at the window, but trying to stay off to the side a little bit to let people get their food.
Amy's just
hey, Mindy.
food. Amy's just getting food with everybody else. Hey, Obi, what's up? And she's
I had some questions.
Okay. Did you get yourself some food?
I will.
Okay, because you need to eat.
I know. But I'm curious first.
Okay.
What was the spring court like? Like back in the day?
So back in the Fae realm, I mean it was a court like any other court.
Yeah.
It's so you've seen Fiona's recreation of her castle.
Yeah.
It is it's kind of like, I mean, like it's a very different architecture, but like that thing where there's like a central court and like there was a city around it. It's that they ruled a kingdom. It's the spring court. Yeah.
Okay, but do you remember how how the rules were in the spring court?
Oh, they're super strict on rules in the spring court.
Okay, that
Super
tracks
strict on
with
rules.
because we went to talk to Jethro and he's like, I'm still operating under my mom's control, even though she's no longer with us. And apparently that's just how things are done there, and I wanted to corroborate with you.
The queen gets to set the tone. So like I'm way looser than like and Fiona's all about business, but the late queen of the spring court was very much a like letter to the, you know, all those stereotypes about like fake contracts and stuff of like, and don't tell them your name because they'll take your name, that kind of stuff.
Oh, those ones. Yeah.
That's the spring court
That's
is
them.
all about that. Absolutely.
Okay.
Autumn courts like that a little too. The courts of transition are really about like the sticklers to the letter of like the rules.
And okay, maybe after all this blows over, you could tell me about the Autumn Court because I'm really curious about it, but it doesn't pertain to what we need to accomplish here.
We do not name the Queen of the Autumn Court. We cannot say her name because it would draw her attention.
That's fine. You don't have to say her name.
Right, no, but she is condemned to a separate world. She doesn't walk the Grey Havens like the rest of us because she did some bad stuff and is imprisoned.
Okay.
Her reach, but if we can't say her name because if you say her name, she can reach into that world.
Then, yeah, I don't want to know it.
Yeah, you don't.
Like Beetlejuice.
No. Okay. Yep. Her name is Beetlejuice.
No, her name is
No,
not
like
Beetlejuice. Do not give her a
Beetlejuice. You
name
wouldn't
because
No.
never
I
give.
wouldn't say that that's
Right,
her
no,
name
but
because then
Obi-
she'd come
Obi,
here.
Obi, this is important. We don't give her other names because that could become an addressable title.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
You see how I have to deal with her.
And he gestures to D.
Yeah, no,
Like,
I get it.
It's a whole thing.
Liz
Okay.
was telling me about it. She's like surfing.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, dang. Man. Yeah, because we looked over the contract and basically it's super old and it mostly pertains to like what the parents have to do. It doesn't mention you or Jethro by name at all. It just says the eldest daughter and son of the two courts.
So yeah, I wasn't born yet when that contract was signed, but Jethro was. So so the complication has to do with the way different courts interpret different laws.
Yeah.
The Spring Court might argue that we inherit the agreements of the previous court, while the Summer Court has always held that each Summer Court is its own legal entity.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's really going to be the challenge for D is deciding whose rules apply to a contract between courts.
Hmm.
So she's going to need to figure out the precedent for intercourt agreements.
Oh my god.
So this whole time she's just serving like stew to people and like helping like people and like making sure like this whole time she's just been like serving people food while she's doing this.
Yeah, Liz is doing that as well.
So like I guess like so the problem is that decisions with intercourt stuff have gone more than one direction over the years. And I go for the argument that I never agreed to this contract. I did not sign this contract.
And technically neither did he.
Right. But
even though he was alive, his signature's not on it.
Right. But he's the one pushing, like, I'm the one saying the contract doesn't count. He's saying that he is agreeing to the contract by trying to push for its, like, he's trying to hold to that contract, saying it has the authority over him. So he's agreeing to the authority of the contract while I'm not. So
But also, he would do it, he would marry anybody who's of royal lineage.
Yeah, that sounds like him right now. Which, I mean, like, is a good
he tried
thing.
hitting on me. It was weird.
So, like,
I did not like that.
I am both sorry for you and incredibly relieved to hear that. Because, that makes this a weird political move and not my ex trying to get back with me.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's...
Yeah.
I don't know if that's better or worse. Sorry.
Mindy just looks at you and says, it's better.
It's better.
Way better.
Yep,
because
it's better.
It means he's not trying to, like, rekindle my feelings or anything like that. No pun intended. And it's...
Because Mars is hot.
No, I'm literally
Let it go,
made of
let it go.
fire. I'm not gonna show you, Deed, but Liz has told you that
Nope.
I'm made of flame, right? Like, that's not... Okay.
It came up.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I just wanted to double check that like the information that Jethro was telling was truthful about how the spring court runs, because I don't know how
Yeah,
any of the
Spring Court
courts
can go
are.
fuck itself, but I mean, like, I didn't say that. I don't mean that. I'm not trying to start a war. Not trying to start a war. The Spring Court is legitimate and fine in its existence. It just doesn't have authority over me.
Writing that down. Fine. I witnessed you saying it was fine.
I am...
We can use this.
I hate being a head of state because, like, if I have ever an opinion on something, if I say it wrong, it becomes policy, and then suddenly people start doing things just based off of like what thing I thought at 3 a.m. one time and said offhanded, and suddenly I've got to like go apologize to a bunch of people because I was frustrated one day, and then one idiot working for me thought it was a good idea. Steve, I'm looking at you, Steve. Stop looking at me, Steve. Go away. All right. Steve's an idiot. Just a fucking idiot. Sorry. I usually don't swear this much. I'm usually a very happy person.
No, it's a very stressful time for you. This came up all of a sudden, and it's okay. We're just trying to help.
Hey Liz, have you shown Obi that math
Doing
you've
the
been
best
working
we
on with
can.
your paper on the multiverse?
Ooh, math.
I haven't.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I can share this
No, I
to
was
you
just
later,
thinking he
Obi.
might like it. I want everyone to read your stuff. I'm sorry. I know
Must we
I know
go
it's yours and it's
tropical?
private, and like
Thank
I don't know
you.
if you're like, but like I think you're brilliant and amazing, and like you're thinking of things
Thank
that I
you.
have met people thousands of years old who have never thought of this stuff. And so like
Oh, wow. Oh,
Yay!
um, I have a thought.
Okay.
What if? And I don't know. I don't know your laws. I don't. Is it too
Liz,
late?
I don't either, but I'm the arbiter.
Okay.
I mean arbitrator.
Arbitrator. Dear the arbitrator, this isn't Halo.
I was
Are-
gonna say
is it-
that.
Is it too late for you to already be married?
So okay, like I like where your head's at, but technically
Okay. Yeah.
we
No.
we can be we can be legally married to another Fae and a mortal at the same time. We just can't be
Okay.
married to more than one Fae at once.
Okay.
That's yeah, no,
Oh no.
Wouldn't that mean he'd just start bothering me?
oh 100%.
Veto.
Yeah, hun, you are like his only other shot.
Double super duper veto?
Oh god, I'm so sorry. Like, if this goes sideways, Mindy's just like still serving up stew, just like moving, like it just. If this goes like if you rule against him, he is probably going to, and like he is probably going to start trying to woo you.
This guy sucks.
Yeah.
How bad an international incident would it be if he like disappeared? I'm just like just theoretically.
That would be really bad. He's the central power and authority and protectorate of the Spring
Theoretically.
Court. That would be chaos. If there wasn't a clear line of succession and something happened to him in the Spring Court, that would likely lead to a transdimensional civil war.
So like pretty bad or like real bad?
War would erupt across multiple universes simultaneously as various factions of power and houses underneath the Spring Court would vie for control without any direct link to the royal bloodline among any of them. None of them have a legitimate claim, more so than any other, which means they're all on equal footing, and they are contentious motherfuckers in the Spring Court, and they would, like, we're pretty chill here in the Summer Court. Like, I think that about 10 generations ago, my family became the royal family because none of the other houses wanted it.
The
Like,
Galactic Jihad.
The last time that happened in the Summer Court where there was no heir to the ruling house, everyone kind of said not it and then made my family take over. We're really not, like... But the Spring Court, the last time that happened was before the Great Peace, and arguably it led to about 3 different wars in other courts because it spread. And here's the thing, all this stuff, like all of that happened before the link to the Grey Havens, where we just only existed in the wilds then. Now we exist across the Grey Havens. And now a war between courts would span the multiverse. Literally, trillions could die in a day if war happened.
I have a different question.
Sure, Obi, what's up?
Can you be queen of 2 courts at once?
Yeah.
That's a thing?
Yeah, it has to be temporary. Like, I would have to, like, if I became queen of the Spring Court, I would have to, either select like I'd have to select a successor house, or I'd have to have a kid pretty quick to take over the other court. Like, I'd have to select a regent right away, like if to rule over whichever court I wasn't at, but I would be queen of that court, and then the moment I had an heir, I would have to select which court that they'd be in charge of and relinquish my throne to that one. But there's a process.
Okay.
Like, so if I did have to marry him, I would become temporarily queen of both the Spring and Summer courts, and then I'd have to probably I'd have to have a child soon, and that child would then become, if it was a boy, then they could become an heir, and then they could maybe get married to, like, D or someone like that, because D, you're the only game in town.
I really don't want to be the only game in town.
Well,
I don't want to be in the game,
right,
if I'm going to be honest.
But if I had a daughter, then she could be immediately considered the queen of the other court, like, and I would 100% get the fuck out of the Spring Court immediately. Because those guys are fucking psychos. It's like Game of Thrones over there. I'm not a fan.
Oh no, I'm not a fan of Game of Thrones either. It's just too gross, and it's it's very, like, needlessly explicit, and I'm getting sidetracked by the unimportant thing again, aren't I?
Yeah.
Damn it.
But I don't want to be married to Jethro under any circumstances. That's just the truth.
I mean, like, I don't know him as well as you do, but, like, same though?
I mean, you did, like, when I met you guys, he was pulling his bullshit. And like, doing that whole thing where, like, he faked getting captured. So that's his play. He pretends to be in danger. He pretends to be in danger to try to get you to save him. That's his, like, one move.
Yeah, I don't want to sign up for that. You can't volunteer. There's got to be a way to get rid of this guy, or to convince him that the rules changed and he's just didn't notice.
Well, the problem is who's setting the rules.
his dead mom?
His
In
dead
his
moms,
case, anyway.
his dead moms, and millions of years of history. Because our courts have existed for millions of years.
Oh my god.
Before that was the Great Wars. The Faes have been around. The Fae have been around for billions of years. I mean, I haven't been. I've been around for thousands of years. But, it's my ancestors. Before we formed originally there was turmoil and war, then we formed the courts, and the courts warred against each other, and then the Great Peace happened.
We're like the great piece of shit now. Am I right?
The summer and winter courts get along great. My cousin Fiona is amazing. I mean, she's still Fiona. She's laughs to herself. But she's not a stickler, and she's fun at parties.
Write that down, Obi. Sticks bad.
That's not what stickler. Oh my god! Just
Ooh,
Amy's putting her
Obi
head in her
does
head.
not have a notebook out and is not writing down anything and doesn't make a move to his backpack at all. He's just got his elbows up on the counter with his arm on his head on his hands.
Okay. Also, at this point, because they've been serving for so long, and Mindy has just put a bowl aside and is trying to hand it to Obi.
Obi will take it and he'll eat soup.
Yeah, and she hands bowls to Amy and D. Assuming D will take it.
Yes.
It's pretty good. We have our own there's it's pretty well spiced.
Oh.
I find if you can make any vegetables taste good if you put the right blend of spices in there. And ain't nothing wrong with a potato. Yeah, so do you guys have any other questions for me?
You don't have an older sister, do you?
I do not.
Like maybe a long lost sibling that we're just all unaware of, including you, maybe.
No, my parents only had one child.
It's you sure? Not someone who's horny on main for weird, sad fuckboys that no one wants to deal with.
Hey, he's a project. Women love projects.
I don't. I really don't.
No one should. No. It's just shaking her head. I used to think that way, and I was dumb. I was stupid. And I learned to have self-respect for myself, and to and spend time with someone who actually respected me.
Okay, that's what I get for spying on my mom when she was watching her soaps.
Oh, Obi, soap operas are a bad place to learn anything about life from in any universe.
I'm learning that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, D, I want you to get me out of this, but if you can't get me out of this, I understand, and I won't, be mad at you or anything like that.
We got. We got more stuff to work on. All right, gang. We're not giving up yet. Not yet.
Okay. So, you guys, Mindy you guys are in the cafeteria. Is anybody else want anything else that they want to say to Mindy right now?
No, my brain's
At the
all...
moment, no.
Okay, so after you guys are done, After you guys are done talking to Mindy, it's starting to get dark out after the evening meal. Are you guys heading back to your cabin?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm assuming that Liz is heading back with whatever Mindy's doing.
Yes.
And so Liz and Mindy are gonna go have private time. So Dee and Obi and Amy, I guess, as you guys head back to the to Chester's cabin where you're staying, Dee, roll me a D10.
Oh no.
Eight.
All right, it's getting dark, but as you notice, Jethro is waiting outside your cabin.
All right, everybody. F boy at
And
2
also,
o'clock.
I should point out he is not wearing a shirt.
Oh my god.
Full 8-pack. And Vicious V.
Fucking
Hey,
don't make eye contact. God damn it.
did you wash your jacket on that washboard?
He also appears slightly damp. I have washed all of my clothes, thanks to you.
What, while they were on? I mean, good use of being efficient with your water usage.
Dee, I wanted to approach you one more time here and just
Yeah, we're
ask you
not
to
doing this.
because here's the thing. I only need one of you to agree.
No means no, my dude. What was all that thing about consent?
I get consent, but here's the thing. I only need one D to agree. Across the entire multiverse.
Oh my
And I'm
god.
in lots of places. I'd like it
Yeah,
to be
that's-
you.
Yeah, that's not creepy and rapey there, my guy.
Screams and runs into the house.
And that's where we're going to end our session.
Oh.
Gross.
Oh no.
Stormwood & Associates is a production of Nerd and Tie. You can find more information at nerdandtie.com/stormwood. You can also find us on social media at Nerd and Tie on Twitter, nerdandtie.tumblr.com, and facebook.com/nerdandtie. This podcast can be subscribed to on anywhere that major podcasts are found: iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, and quite a few other places, and anywhere that takes an RSS feed as well. Hey, while you're still here, let me tell you about another podcast on the Nerd and Tie Network, and that's Let's Be Legendary. Let's Be Legendary, the Fae Wild West, is a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons actual play game. So, an actual play game like this one, but like, in a system people actually use in the real world. Set in a homebrew Wild West steampunk world, the Fae Wild West follows two people discovering what it means to be in a relationship, all the while seeking revenge and learning the truth of their pasts. Let's Be Legendary podcast is an LGBTQ+ podcast with both main and minor characters, as well as players falling under the queer blanket. A heavy RP game with a focus on story and characters. And you can hear it every week here on the Nerd and Tie Network, and you can find all of their subscription information and links at nerdandtie.com/legendary.